guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a barbecue chicken pizza. We're going to make the crust from scratch, the pizza sauce. I'm going to use some rotisserie chicken for the chicken portion of it. Okay, so I have a standing mixer here that I'm going to use to make my pizza dough. So for the flour, I'm using a 00 flour. I saw this at one of my grocery stores. I use a Kroger or Walmart to find it. And it is for superb pizza and pasta. I used to use all-purpose flour whenever I made my pizza crust. It was good, but this is amazing. It gives you like that restaurant quality pizza, in my opinion. Like whenever you pull a pizza apart, it's kind of like chewy and like stretchy. That is what this does, and it is amazing. So if you can find this, use this because it will change your pizza. For the crust, we're going to add 2 cups of this flour. I already added 1 cup to it. Here's our second cup. And then you want to add 1 teaspoon of salt. And then before you add the yeast in, this is extra dry yeast, which for this recipe, because I'm using the recipe on the back of the bag. So mix your salt in, because if you add the salt and the yeast together, the salt can kill the yeast, and that's not what you want. You're going to add 1 teaspoon of the yeast. Okay, and then I have 3/4 of a cup of water that I'm going to pop into my microwave for, I'm going to try about 30 seconds. You want the water to be about 105 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so to my mixture here, I'm going to add my water that I warmed up. And then I like to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil for a little extra flavor. Okay, attach your dough hook. Okay, we're going to let this go for about maybe 3 to 5 minutes until it forms a ball of dough. So our dough has come together. I'm going to get all this off my dough hook. See, it's nice and smooth and, well, not smooth really, but it's soft and, yeah, not sticky at all. That's exactly what you want. Okay, I'm going to pour a little bit of olive oil over the top. Okay, so after you added the oil on top of the dough, you just mix it in. Okay, make sure it's well covered so it doesn't form a skin. And then you want to take some plastic wrap, and we're going to pop this into, I have a proofer option in my oven, so I'm going to pop it in there. It helps make the time for proofing faster. However, if you don't, you can feel free to pop this into your microwave with the microwave turned off, and you're going to pop it in there for about 1.5 hours or 2 hours until it doubles in size. And then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I'm using a rotisserie chicken that I got from the grocery store. It just makes life a little bit easier since I'm making everything else. So I'm just shredding the chicken. So, and then go ahead and shred up a bunch of chicken. I would say maybe about a cup or so. And then I'll show you how we're going to season it, and we'll move on to that next step. Okay, so to my chicken, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon of a chicken seasoning. I just use a blend I get from Costco, and then a pinch of salt. And then I'm going to add just a teaspoon of the barbecue sauce. For the barbecue sauce, I use a brand called Sweet Baby Ray's. It is my favorite barbecue sauce, but you can feel free to use whatever barbecue sauce you like. And my husband and I like it spicy, so we add a scorpion hot pepper sauce, which you don't have to do that if you do not like spicy. We just like it a whole lot. Okay, give everything a mix. That's perfect for me, so adjust your seasonings as needed, or if you want to add some extra stuff to it, that's fine. Feel free to do whatever you like. Remember, this is your pizza, so make it good. Okay, so we're going to get going on making some bacon to add to our pizza. So we're going to add in some strips. My bacon tore while I was trying to get it out, so that's fine now because we're going to like roughly chop it. Okay, let this cook for a few minutes and then we'll give it a flip and let it cook on the other side for a couple minutes and then we'll remove it. Okay, so while our bacon is cooking, I cooked up about half of an onion that I had sauteed until it was nice and caramelized. They look like that. We're gonna add this to our chicken. I just took 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 onion, and I let it saute for about 20 minutes until they got nice and caramelized. And then I just set them aside. If you don't like onions, you can leave them out, it's fine. Okay, and then just mix that in with your chicken. These are some leftover onions I had from a different recipe. Okay, so our dough is done. It has doubled in size. Mine took I left mine in the proofer for about an hour. And then, look at that. Get all the air out. Pop it on. I like to use a baking sheet. I used to have a pizza stone, but my crust would always get stuck to it because at the time, whenever I was initially learning how to make pizza, I didn't know to put cornmeal on the bottom of it to help prevent it from sticking. So now I just use the baking sheet. It's easy, it's simple, and it does the exact same thing in my opinion. Flatten it out. We are going to take 2 fingers and you're going to go around the edges to form your crust and go down to the middle. Okay, and then on the edges here, I got kind of like my fists are like that, and you take it and you stretch. This dough is very stretchy, so it's very forgiving. I go slow with it just so you guys can see. And it's difficult. It can be difficult sometimes, but stretch. Don't stretch it so much that you start tearing it. But if you do tear it, it's easily forgivable. You can snap it back together. Okay, so, okay, then you got your dough. With 2 fingers again, just kind of go in and reinforce your crust. I used to be so intimidated myself with making pizza dough. You guys can do this. I promise. It's not that hard once you get the hang of it. Okay, so now we're going to get going on assembling our pizza. So you're going to add your barbecue sauce and spread it around. Remember, use whatever barbecue sauce you like. Spicy, not spicy. Okay, and then your chicken. Okay, now your bacon. Just chop it into rough chunks. Okay, and then I'm gonna top the pizza with the mozzarella cheese. Okay, so I got my oven preheated to 400 degrees and we're gonna pop this in for about 15 to 18 minutes until the crust is lightly golden brown. And then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Wow, look at that. It just came out of the oven and it looks and smells awesome. Okay, so whenever you go to cut a pizza, you don't go like straight across like that. You wanna rock your cutter and then just rock it all the way across. Okay, so our barbecue chicken pizza is done and it looks and smells absolutely amazing. And I cannot wait to give it a taste and I hope you make the recipe. Dig in. Wow, that is phenomenal. The barbecue sauce for us is nice and spicy and it's got really good flavor. That chicken is tender, it's juicy, and the bacon adds like a nice saltiness to the pizza. And that crust is phenomenal. It's chewy, it's soft, and it's amazing. Anyway, I hope you make this recipe because it's so worth making if you love pizza. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed spending time with me. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.